1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Sorry. Hey y'all, it's a me, Jeff. Woo yeah, woo yeah, haha, yeah, let's go. It's been a very long time since I've done anything related to this channel, and I'm going to try to change that. Starting with revamping an old but dear animal to me, Titanopteryx. And yeah, you'll be able to download and actually hunt it this time. Asdarchids are literally my favorite animals to have ever existed. I don't know how people cannot like them. Genuses like Quetzalcoatlus, Hatzegopteryx, and Aramborgiania are as tall as giraffes, and they can fly. Ever since I learned how to mod, I've always wanted to make an Asdarchid for Carnivores. In fact, my second ever model I made was turning the Pteranodon into a very stretched Hatzegopteryx. Hindsight shows that it really wasn't that good, at all. And also, it didn't function in the way that I wanted something like a Hatzegopteryx or Quetzalcoatlus to work. The AI slot for it was made for Pteranodon/Dimorphodon AI, which can only fly, fall, and hit the ground. I wanted this new animal to be able to walk on the ground, as Asdarchids probably were walking around more than a lot of other pterosaurs. I also wanted it to have idle animations so that it felt more alive, so I settled for Ceratosaur AI as it has the potential for 3 different idle animations, as well as it being high on the hunting roster. The downside is, it doesn't fly in any way, shape, or form, which is something I had to sacrifice if I wanted everything else to be a part of the animal. When I decided that I was going to be making an Asdarchid, I needed a name for it. Originally, it was just going to be Aramborgiania, but I did a little digging and found that a dead name for the gargantuan murder stork is Titanopteryx, which means giant wing, which I chose over Aramborgiania because A, it's an inaccurate name so it fits carnivores, and B, Titanopteryx sounds dope as shit. So, introducing Titanopteryx. Titanopteryx is an incredibly large pterosaur that is native to the western central sector of FMM UV32. These giants are incredibly rare. In fact, they are so elusive that they weren't even documented on Dinohunt Corp's initial analysis of the sector. As years passed, rumors started about a pteranodon that was 10 times the size and would chase and even kill hunters. It was given the nickname Beelzebub's bird due to its harrowing calls as well as its supposed terrifying appearance. The mentions and stories of Titanopteryx were slowly increasing until one day one of Dinohunt Corp's reconnaissance drones captured footage of the behemoth during a routine survey of Manya Jungle. This was the first official documentation of the pterosaur. After it was sighted, Dinohunt Corp sent out multiple scouting, zoological, and xenobiological groups to see if they could locate and study this rare creature that was nothing but folktale for years. Titanopteryx boasts mostly greens, tans, and browns on its body that presumably help it with camouflage. They also sport an orange and red neck wattle and a purple and blue head crest. Whether or not they are both for display is uncertain, as both males and females possess them. Strangely, the flesh inside of their mouths is blue. More research is needed to discern why they have this oral coloration. Titanopteryx has the same general morphology of the much more common Pteranodon, but has many extreme alterations. The most notable one is its size. Titanopteryx is over 5 times the size of Pteranodon. Its head alone is longer than the entirety of Pteranodon's wingspan. Its size allows it to be a third-level consumer, so it can eat basically anything that isn't a Ceratosaurus or a T-Rex. It can swallow anything up to the size of a velociraptor whole and can overpower and kill larger animals such as Spinosaurus and Chasmosaurus. Despite its incredible size, it can achieve powered flight and can potentially soar between sectors, though no other specimens have been observed outside the western central sector. These pterosaurs are incredibly efficient when it comes to weight and muscle mass, so with enough wing room, they will throw themselves into the air and proceed to climb an altitude. The ability to fly gives Titanopteryx a sizable advantage when it comes to hunting, as it can use its amazing eyesight to locate prey, find water, and spot trouble from high above. Its eyesight also is very useful to spot larger dinosaurs that it can't contend with, especially Ceratosaurus and Tyrannosaurus. Not only does Titanopteryx have amazing sight, but its other senses are also very acute, making it almost impossible for a hunter to approach one without being detected. It supposedly evolved these senses to locate potential threats before it's too late, because these animals are rather fragile due to their light weight and strange anatomy. If their wings are injured at all, it makes them unable to fly, which is their prime method of escape, as they run very slowly, and their elongated neck is an easy target for predatory dinosaurs. Titanopteryx has a wide variety of vocalizations, which is an indicator of higher intelligence in some species. Most of said vocalizations are incredibly strange and haunting, including moans, growling, cries, and beak clicking. Not enough study has gone into the meanings of most known calls, but some of them appear to display threat, curiosity, panic, and even a purr that seems to show content. After the initial spotting of Titanopteryx in Mania Jungle, sightings began to slowly increase, and now it's at the point where Dinohunt Corp allow the purchase of hunting licenses for an incredibly hefty sum. Only the most wealthy and acclaimed hunters can afford the cost of outright purchasing one. There is a tag lottery that happens every year that costs less than an outright license, but you're not guaranteed to get the license at all. If you don't get the license, you do however get a point, which makes it more likely that you'll be selected in next year's drawing. Most of the money that is gained through a purchase of a license or an entrance into the lottery goes towards the further research of these elusive and amazing animals. Welcome to the End Slate. You can find download links to all the relevant files needed to get Titanopteryx working in your copy of Carnivores 2 in the description below. And if you don't know how to install these files, I've made a quick little guide on what to do. Be aware that this replaces Ceratosaurus in your copy of Carnivores 2. If you don't want to manually install all the stuff for Titanopteryx, I left a copy of C2 with Titanopteryx pre-installed in the description below. First, you'll need to unzip the file, then move the v3dfx.ren and vd3d.ren files into your Carnivores 2 folder. Then you'll want to put the Dino8 and Call8 files into the pics folder. You'll then need to take Call9A, Call9B, and Call9C and put them in the Calls folder. Take dino8.txm and dino8txu and put them in the text folder. Copy the file named res and put it into the Carnivores 2 folder, or if you already have and use the speed patch, copy the stats that I've put in the description. Last but not least, copy the titanopteryx.car and put it into the hunt.dat folder. And voila! You can start hunting Titanopteryx yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll try to upload more frequently than once every 2 years about the stuff I'm working on. I do have a couple of smaller projects that I'm working on that I can make videos about, so hopefully it won't take me a decade to get them done. That's about it, fellas. Bye-bye.